So if there's two topics I'm not really interested in, it would be politics and religion. I don't care what your political stance is. I don't care what your religious stance is, just like you shouldn't care what mine is. Honestly, that's between you and, your political stance or your God or whatnot. So whatever you want to choose or believe in, that's cool with me. Whatever politician you like, that's cool with me. Whatever God you like, that's cool with me. But unfortunately, these two topics sometimes end up in video games. And it's a shame because really, video games are just an art form that shouldn't be, judged by politicians and religious figures, but unfortunately they are. And this latest case is, pretty startling that a pastor, someone of this high, held high regard in a church, would come out and say these sort of things. So at the Faith Christian Center in Texas, a pastor by the name of Gene Lingerfelt recently had some things to say about men, I guess such as myself, who play video games. And I'm not trying to turn this into a religious debate or anything. I don't care that he's a pastor of a Christian church. It could be any sort of religious leader having these sort of viewpoints, but it's a shame that they have these sort of viewpoints. So Mr. Lingerfelt went on to say that men over the age of 18 who play video games are losers. He put up an L sign because, that's really cool and very 1990s. And then if you have calluses on your hands, that you're a loser. And that there's beautiful girls in his church that are contained by the men have a retarded spirit in them that is not allowing them to date these beautiful girls in the church. All right, so first and foremost, I'm not a very religious person, but as far as I know, isn't there a saying, judge not lest ye be judged? So you're basically judging people based on a hobby that they choose to have because it's video games, and this video game is making them have a retarded spirit, which is pretty, that's a pretty shitty thing to say about someone, that they have a retarded spirit. That's not a very good word to use. There are people that are mentally challenged that are classified as retarded, and it's not very PC. I'm not a very PC person myself, but you would think that someone in the church would have a little more, decorum when they're speaking about topics like this. And to generalize everyone that is over the age of 18, that is a male that plays video games as a loser, is pretty condescending. I'm sure you have sons or daughters who like to play video games. You know what? Video games are a modern pastime now. Everyone has video games. Soccer moms have video games. Everyone's playing video games on their cell phone. So to judge people based on a hobby that is not hurting anyone is ludicrous. And you sit there and try to preach this in the name of your God and, influence people to think this way is absolute bullshit. You, sir, are a travesty to not just video games, not just religion. You're a travesty to life because you don't understand that video games are an industry. Why wouldn't you attack music or movies or pornography? There's so many things to attack, but you choose to attack video games because it's an easy target because, video games are for kids. Well, guess what, motherfucker? They're not just for kids. All right, I'm 30 years old. I like to play video games. Am I a loser? No, actually, you're a loser. And you know what? You keep judging people, and I honestly hope that, your church following goes down drastically and that people really take a, stance against this because it's absolute bullshit. It's reasons like this that the video game industry can never get past the kiddie image because of condescending old people who don't understand that video games are just a hobby for people. So, Mr. Lingerfelt, if you happen to see this video, go fuck yourself because honestly, I don't care what your opinion about me is and what your opinion about my friends who play video games is. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know what you think about this story. I'll have a link to the story in the description box below, and let me know what you think about this topic. I'll see you guys next time. Later.